In order for us to add Virginia to our completed list before the middle of June, we had to stop at a KOA. So we're at I-95 KOA near Emporia, Virginia. It's a nice place, quiet, but the sites are super close. Not enough space in there to cook, but the KOA has a swimming pool, has a bathhouse, and place to wash clothes. I'm gonna walk around just a bit just to see what else this place offers.
Like I said before, we chose this I-95 KOA as just a stayover, one night stay before we head back to home. It is a very quiet, tight place to stay, and it's just a stayover. But it's good. It's pretty good for what it's cost.
Looks like they have a little area to sit in the evening and just rock away and spend some time. That's like a little fire pit that they have, and a few spots out here that don't have any sewage hookups, but it's still pretty nice.
It looks like this is the area that's in front of the row of RV slots that I'm parked in. It looks like it's a older area. Those spots, if you look at the map of KOA campsite, those sites are not listed as used sites, so it must be a previous site. You can see the power pole in the water spigot, but there doesn't seem to be any sewage on that side, so those things are not in use. And in front of, behind those trees is a train track, so that comes early in the morning. So that's just up. Now is the courtyard that's kind of in the center, catty-cornered behind where my site is located. Horseshoes to throw back and forth. Good for location for kids to be or family members. And in the back is a little playground for kids. It's pretty well maintained, so the KOA does a good job. Picnic tables all around those. Everything on the playground was in good condition for kids to play around with. And then behind close to the playground in the back area that was in front, those are long-term campsites. Now I headed over to the bathhouse where the bathrooms, I always like to check into the bathrooms or washrooms just to see how clean they are. Checking the bathroom or the washroom every single time. Emporia KOA, they did a good job. It's nice, clean, smells pretty good in this place. The shower was clean, the toilet was clean, and it had a clean aroma. So yeah, pretty good shower, pretty good. And you can tell that the employees there actually put some time into making sure that this place is maintained. Now heading back outside, there's a little water area going back and forth that you can play with balloons, a volleyball court there, and a basketball court next to this Emporia KOA bathhouse or water house. Call it a bathhouse. Painted on the outside, basketball court, pretty nice. But as I step out into the next morning, I'm going to just step through some of the things that I have to run through as I tear down my Airstream. Airstreams are easy to load up and easy to load out, as you can see coming up.
Yeah, hopefully this picks up. Yeah, we're on our last trip. Have to clean up the actual parts of the sewer, washed it out. We're going to be back home for a good 15 days. So before I put it in the storage, I need to make sure, one of the things I always make sure is that the tanks are pretty clean. So I've already done the super flush and made sure that the black tank several times, and now I got the gray tank washed through, and that's completed. Yeah, one of the things that's different that I have is I have on this side, I got the slinky type of sewage support that has the downward angle that I can do. But what I found, which works better for me, are in different areas, because many of the places that we've been going here recently have had some awkward type of sitting that doesn't have that natural slope, so that I can put the sewage hose on the ground or use the slinky. So I bought this from Rhino, and this staged step is versatile. It lets me do several different things. Now the other one is a little bit different. So pull that one out right quick. This one right here, it's a nice one, but it doesn't work as good as the stage one that I have. You just got to make sure you have the space for it. But my wife has cleaned everything and she's done her part. Now it's time for me to do the outside and get ready to pull out. So the first thing I do is actually put on the gloves. I'm going to grab the gloves real quick. And I always try to make sure that the gloves are on before I actually do the cleanup. Now, the Slinky done that. And one of the good things about the Airstream is what we found is over time, we've gotten to the point where we can actually tear down within about 10 to 15 minutes and be on our way. So takes care of and make sure the water's cut off. And this is a Camco TastePURE. This is filtered water. And one of the things that we would like to have is that 3-stage Blue Tech water filtration system, so we can actually be safe and feel comfortable drinking the water that's coming out of the tap and it's been filtered through. But those things are very expensive. Hey, Blue Tech, if you're watching my video, hey, send me one of those. I'll actually test it out for you to see how good it is. But right now, TastePURE is, we clean the water. We feel comfortable just using the water for cleaning and for shower. That the water is okay, but we don't normally drink the water. We always are loaded down with bottled water or water that we bring with us at this point. So Camco filter, this is a big filter. Carbon filter. I picked this up at Kmart, or not at Kmart, but at Kmart. That Kmart hasn't been around in a long time. Most of the Kmarts that I know is closed, but I picked this up at Walmart. But one of the things I often do when I'm taking stuff down is I get sprayed with a lot of water. So I'm trying to make sure the pressure is out of this water so I don't get sprayed. Ooh, yep. There it goes. Yeah, I got sprayed with that one. Once again, Camco water, TastePURE filtration system. Yeah, you pick these up at Walmart. This is a larger one. They also sell smaller ones that may be useful for people that have smaller trailers, but this is the one we like to use. I put all my wet stuff, like the water hoses and everything, in the back. I put all my water hose in the back just to make sure that they're okay. Now this holder for the Stinky Slinky, it's pretty nice. It's something that really comes in handy and it makes for quick movement when you're tearing down. And the hose that I had was like a 10 feet hose, but in this case, the distance from the water tap to the trailer hose hookup is pretty far. So I got actually 2 hoses. I think this is a 25-foot hose, and I'll put in in one of these sides what type of hose. Pick this up on Amazon. EvoFlex 2 drinking water safe hose. And again, I'll put everything in the back. And another thing that I use, and I hope I can get this really close, and this is elbows for the water, because if you let the hose hang off of those I guess those are plastic or PVC pipe type of fittings for the plumbing, you will eventually, from the weight of the hose, tear that and cause a leak inside the trailer, outside the trailer. So I credit one of my viewers who recommended that I get some elbows when I first started traveling. And I use the elbow and the quick fit systems for the hoses. And this is the set. I guess this is from HQMPC, solid brass, standard 3/4 inch GHT thread, quick easy connectors. I also bought this from Amazon. And again, this is another item that I'll make sure that I actually put on a link down below if you're interested in buying those. So, but that's something that the quick connect and the elbows are something that I normally use. And make sure I put my gloves back on. And I use a trash bag for that. And I normally, when I get home, I wash those things off. So as you can see, it's really quick. That's the sewer and the water, fresh water, sewer, gray water. Those are taken care of in a short period of time. And then the last thing is unplugging the power. And I normally wait until my wife is ready on the inside with the things that she's doing, and she turns everything off, and then she lets me know when she's ready, and then we get that taken care of. So that's how quick it is to really unhook, tear down, and be ready to go. All I have to do is take the cable and put the cable in. One of the things that I forgot to talk about is you need an EPO or a smart protector, something that protects you from power surges, high power surges and low power surges. And this is the system that we have. This is the Power Watchdog Smart Surge Protector. This is from Q's Auto Formers, and it's a nice surge protector. This is something that was recommended to me from one of the influencers that I watch on YouTube, and this thing has saved me several times. And unfortunately, what I have to say is it has been 2 separate military campsites where the power surges were just several power surges, and this thing turns red. And it also has an app on the phone where you can watch and understand the power that's coming through the system. And one of the things that I've learned on this trip is you always check your power, your sewer, and your water at the site before you unhook, or you could end up wasting time. And I did that at this last campsite that we went to. And the first site, we were all ready to go, and then I did the power, and I ended up seeing that there was no power at the site. So we ended up wasting a good 20 minutes teardown or hookup time. And I had to unhook everything, plug everything back up, drive out of the campsite and drive back in to a new site. And then I checked the power. That one was the same issue, a power problem. And then we ended up on the 3rd try getting a good site that had power. So what I would recommend and people that are travelers, seasoned travelers already know this. You always check the power, check your site, check your hookups that what you're going to be tying into, make sure everything works before you unhook and get ready to go.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
This has been Mitch and Pat with Reaching Freedom, and we'll see you next time. Out.